What's up, everybody? I'm Justin with AmericanMuscle.com, and this is my quick overview and install of the K&N Series 57 FIPK Cold Air Intake system, available for your 2011 through 2014 3.5 liter EcoBoost powered F-150. I'm going to walk through a few basic topics in this video, guys, including what you can expect as far as benefits when using the K&N Series 57 on your EcoBoost F-150, what you're going to find as far as basic components and construction, and then finally a quick little walkthrough of the install. And overall, guys, you're looking at a 1 out of 3 on the difficulty meter, really not that bad whatsoever. And then we'll have a little bit more detail coming up later on. So you guys should be checking out the K&N Series 57 if you're after a bare bones, no nonsense cold air for your EcoBoost from one of the most trusted names in aftermarket filtration. Now, this is going to be a great option for you guys looking for a 50-state legal cold air system, one that is CARB certified, and one that's going to give you a little bit more sound under the hood while improving the appearance in the process. So if you've never heard of K&N before, then chances are you've probably been living under a rock for the last decade or two, or maybe this is your first day on the internet, and if so, welcome. They're easily one of the most trusted names in the aftermarket for a wide variety of motorsports, produce some pretty solid stuff at reasonable prices. So the FIPK, or Fuel Injection Performance Kit, is one of K&N's most popular intakes in their lineup, continues to be a solid choice here on the site, not just for the trucks, but also for the Mustangs as well. Again, this thing is CARB certified, it is 50-state legal, so guys out in California can take advantage of this thing, get a little bit more power, a little bit more sound, and best of all, you do not need a tune to run it. In fact, if you didn't know, all of the aftermarket cold air intakes for the EcoBoost powered F-150s do not require the use of a custom or aftermarket tune, and that's due to the fact that these trucks run off of a system called speed density and not a mass airflow system. Now, in the Mustang world, the mass airflow system, anytime you upgrade the size of your intake, you need to account for that in the use of a custom or aftermarket tune. Not the case here with the EcoBoost systems. Now, even though this thing doesn't require the use of a custom tune, you can still expect a small bump in power when using the K&N Series 57 on your EcoBoost truck, along with some improved throttle response as well. Nothing really too crazy on the dyno, but maybe high single digits in the horsepower and torque range isn't out of the ordinary. But power benefits are really only one part of the equation here with the K&N, because again, you are getting that open element style airbox, and as such, you're gonna be getting a lot more engine noise, a lot more turbo noise from under the hood. Some of you guys might be into that. If not, then you might wanna stick with a sealed airbox instead. Along with the power and sound capabilities or benefits, you're also getting one of K&N's bread and butter products, and that is one of their reusable high flow filters. Now, this thing is actually comprised of a layer of cotton gauze material, or several layers of cotton gauze material sandwiched between a wire mesh here, and then again, it is oiled with K&N's special sauce. So this thing is washable, it is reusable, and it is gonna save you some dough in the long run. With most of the basic benefits covered, let's break down the basic construction as promised a little earlier here. Now guys, again, you're getting a very simple, no-nonsense intake from K&N, very basic in appearance, which I actually like. It's really not that flashy, there's no big logo stamped all over this thing, which again, some of you might like, some of you might not. Some of you guys might prefer the more flashy intakes. But if you do prefer the more basic or no-nonsense intakes, I really think you're gonna dig this one. Matte black molded plastic tube here for the basic construction there. Again, the open element style filter here. This thing actually does tap into the lower portion of your factory airbox, which is worth pointing out because you are still taking advantage of all the cold air ducting from the front end of your truck. But other than that, you're looking at all the basic hardware, couplers, and all the good stuff needed to get this thing in place. Before I get into the install, let's quickly talk about price, and I think you'll find the K&N Series 57 FIPK Cold Air to be one of your more affordable complete options on the site for your 3.5 liter EcoBoost F-150. If you do go with another option, whether it be from air raid, AEM, or even engine, you're gonna be spending a little bit more money compared to this thing at the end of the day. Switching gears, let's talk install. And if this is your first modification you're doing to your F-150 and maybe you're not the most mechanically inclined person, don't worry, even you can tackle this job. Trust me, guys. All you really need is a few basic hand tools, including a socket set, maybe even a few screwdrivers to remove the top portion of your factory cold air system and then get the new K&N in place. So again, 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, maybe 30 minutes to an hour before you're making some noise in the garage or driveway. Wrapping this one up here, guys, if you're looking for an aftermarket cold air system that isn't going to be the flashiest thing in the aftermarket, isn't going to be loaded with aftermarket logos everywhere, the K&N Series 57 FIPK is a great choice, and here's why. It's going to do everything you need it to do from an aftermarket cold air standpoint, and it's going to do so for very little money. So that's my review of the K&N, which you can grab right here at AmericanMuscle.com.